Hi everyone, my name is Ellen and I am doing my presentation over mobile banking. What is mobile banking? So mobile banking is a service provided by a bank that allows its customers to conduct a range of financial transactions remotely using a mobile device, usually a mobile phone or it can be a tablet, using a software which is called an app provided by the bank for that purpose. Mobile banking is usually available on a 24-hour basis. Some banks do have restrictions on which accounts may be accessed through mobile banking, as well as they may limit the amount that can be transacted. The types of financial transactions that a customer can transact through the mobile banking include a variety of different functions. You can obtain account balances and lists of latest transactions, do electronic bill payments. You can transfer funds between customers or between two different customers' accounts, or if a customer has multiple accounts. Some apps also enable copies of statements to be downloaded and sometimes printed at the customer's premises. And some banks do charge a fee for even having hard copies of bank statements or receiving a statement in the mail each month. From the bank's point of view, mobile banking does reduce the cost of handling transactions by reducing the need for customers to come into the actual brick-and-mortar bank branch. Also, transactions involving cash aren't handled using mobile banking, and a customer does need to visit an ATM or a bank branch for cash withdrawals or deposits. Many apps for mobile banking also have a mobile check deposit option, which is pretty cool. You just use the device's camera, so your phone camera, to digitally transmit the check. You just take a photo of it. So let's talk about the evolution of mobile banking. For over 30 years, financial institutions have been on a quest to satisfy their customers' need for more convenience. First came the automated teller machine known as the ATM, which there's a lovely photo of that here on my slide. And that started in 1969. It did little more than dispense cash at first, but the ATM evolved over time to become a true bank away from a bank, providing a full suite of financial transactions. Next came internet banking in the mid-1990s, which enabled consumers to access their financial accounts using a whole computer with internet connection. Despite its promise of ultimate convenience, online banking was slow and had tentative growth as banks worked out technology issues and built consumer trust with actually logging onto their computer. The earliest mobile banking services used SMS, which is almost like a text message type feature when I think of SMS. With the introduction of smartphones, they really started looking into mobile banking in 1999, and that's when the first European banks started using mobile banking. Mobile banking before 2010 was most often performed via SMS or the mobile web. Apple's initial success with iPhone and the rapid growth of phones based on Google's Android operating system have led to increasing use of special mobile apps. So, since mobile devices have evolved from telephones to pocket-sized computers, you have to recognize this and protect yourself the same way that you would using your PC or your actual desktop computer. So something to always consider when using mobile banking is the potential of malware. Malware can specifically target mobile devices, and that can become a real threat. Mobile malware can consist of viruses, trojans, spyware, malvertising, and rootkits. The next security threat is unsecure Wi-Fi. So free Wi-Fi is a coveted luxury for mobile device users. It can be found in restaurants, coffee shops, airports, most public places. But when accessing free Wi-Fi, it's important to understand the activity you're conducting may be invisible to anyone around you. And then the last security threat I wanted to mention was being identified. So many banks work to gather a fingerprint or a passcode when you log into your mobile banking. So, but fraudsters can find ways of fooling even fingerprints. So just keep that in mind anytime you're logging into your mobile device. You just, keep that password really somewhere safe. Let's see here. So mobile banking really is the future for banks. Banks have always been thinking about what's coming next for them. So their biggest issue that they've seen is being most convenient to the customer because there is such a competitive market with banks. So the biggest issue with customers is mobility. So they've noticed even with customers in America, even with a laptop, it may not be possible to be connected all the time. However, with mobile phones, people can carry those around anywhere they want. So banks have really noticed that getting to the mobile phones, developing the apps, doing mobile banking is really the future. So let's see here. So a couple of discussion questions I have. I just would like to get some feedback. How do you all feel about using your mobile banking for transferring funds, checking your balances? Do any of you do the remote deposit of checks? Just what are your experience with that? And then my next question was, one of the services not available through mobile banking is withdrawing and depositing cash, which is basically the only function that you can't do. So what do you all think would have to change in society to do away with cash altogether? And what are your guys' thoughts on that? If you have any questions about anything I talked about in this presentation, feel free to shoot me a comment or an email. Thank you so much.